Plank exercise is an extremely popular exercise that only takes a few minutes to perform and can be done virtually anywhere. It's touted as one of the best ab exercises to strengthen your core and help improve posture, and has the added benefit of helping to reduce lower back pain if done properly. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the most common mistakes many people make when performing the plank exercise that can hinder your progress or possibly lead to injury. Then we're going to cover 8 variations to make the plank even more effective and help speed up your results. You'll want to stick around because these variations can really supercharge your plank training and transform your body much more effectively than just doing ordinary planks alone. And best of all, these exercises we will be showing are bodyweight exercises that do not require any weights or additional equipment to perform, so you can do these just about anywhere. First, we want you to know that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice, and it is recommended that you seek the guidance of a medical professional regarding your own health needs and before beginning any exercise program. And second, please like and subscribe to receive more of our content. When it comes to planks, having the correct form is much more important than the length of time you hold the position. Depending on your fitness level, fitness experts recommend that a healthy individual should not hold the plank position for more than 2 minutes. If you're doing everything correctly, you will find the exercise much more difficult and harder to perform. Incorrect posture prevents you from getting the maximum benefits from the exercise and increases the likelihood of injury. The key takeaway is that you're better off holding a plank correctly for a short amount of time rather than holding it incorrectly for a longer period of time. You can try most of these exercises either utilizing a high plank position, where you are supported by your palms, or a low plank position, also known as the forearm plank, in which your body is supported by your elbow and forearm. The low plank position engages your abs more effectively, as the high plank requires more upper body activation and really works the arms and shoulders. But you should know that with the high plank, there is a greater chance of injury to your wrist, especially on the exercises that only utilize one hand for support. Also, never lock your elbows, but be sure to keep a slight bend in them when doing the high plank position, so you don't hyperextend your elbows, which can lead to injury or joint pain. Here are some of the most common errors you need to avoid when doing the plank and ensure your form is correct. Keep in mind that most of these errors apply to both the high plank and the low plank exercises, unless otherwise noted. Avoid clasping your hands when doing low planks, as this position actually makes it easier on your abdominal muscles and places your upper back and shoulders in a rounded position, which contributes to poor posture. Instead, make sure your elbows are directly below and in line with your shoulders. Keep the forearms and hands pointing forward and maintain the tension in your fists, which causes greater activation of your abdominal muscles and is beneficial for your rotator cuffs as well. You'll also want to make sure you maintain correct posture in your upper back and don't allow your upper back and shoulders to round or your shoulder blades to protrude out or squeeze together. You want to engage the muscles of your chest by pressing against the floor and spreading your shoulder blades apart. Maintain that pressure without hunching your shoulders or upper back. Don't let your lower back and pelvis tilt or sag downward. There should be no dip or curvature in your lower back, and keep your hips aligned with your shoulders. Visualize trying to bring your navel up to your spine, but it's also important that you don't suck your stomach in, but rather you should tense your abdominal muscles as if you're tensing up to receive a punch in the stomach. Don't hold your breath. Make sure to breathe naturally and focus on abdominal breathing, which helps to engage the core more effectively. It can seem difficult, especially when you're working on contracting and holding the tension in your abdominal muscles, but the importance of proper breathing cannot be overemphasized. Don't bend your legs. It's important to keep your legs straight to maintain tension throughout your whole body. To do the plank correctly, you'll want to contract and engage your buttocks as well, and that becomes more difficult to do if your legs are in a bent position. And the last thing you want to correct is poor neck posture. Don't allow your head and neck to relax and drop downward. Ideally, you want to have your head and neck aligned with your spine in one straight line as much as possible, which will help to activate and strengthen your neck muscles. Now let's take a look at 8 different plank variations you can incorporate into your fitness routine. Number 1, the single arm plank. If you've ever heard the expression, less is more, it certainly is true when it comes to this plank exercise. Using one hand obviously makes this exercise more difficult, as your core will work harder to maintain balance and stability. You might find you have to widen your stance a bit when performing this exercise, and if you find this exercise is too difficult, you can increase the width of your feet, since that will make it easier, and then gradually decrease the width between your feet as you grow stronger. Your body will naturally want to tilt towards your supporting arm side, so you need to make sure to maintain a level body position and not allow your body to rotate to one side. Try performing the single arm plank from both the high and low plank position, and strive to hold the position for 15 seconds on each side. Number 2, plank jacks. This variation is great for your overall fitness because it adds a cardio component along with the core strengthening benefits of the plank and helps burn more calories over just doing the plank exercise alone. This exercise can be done from either a high plank or low plank position, and you can always try alternating between the two for variety. It's basically like performing a horizontal jumping jack but only using the legs. From the normal plank position with all the proper muscles engaged, quickly kick the feet out to the sides and then return them back to the starting position while trying to keep your entire body on the same level plane as much as possible without bouncing up and down. The key is to only move the legs and keep your pelvis and upper body stabilized while maintaining all the proper elements of a correct plank position throughout the entire exercise, which forces you to really activate and contract the core, arm, and upper back muscles to keep everything in place. Depending on your fitness level, try to do 2 to 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds each. Number 3, the Spider-Man plank. The Spider-Man plank not only brings your core training to the next level, but it also helps further isolate the glutes. Starting from either the high or low plank position, bring your knee out to your side and up towards your elbow and return to the plank position while maintaining correct form throughout the entire exercise. You can perform this by alternating sides for 30 seconds or do one leg at a time for 10 to 15 reps each side. Number 4, the side plank. The side plank exercise is perfect for targeting the side abdominals called the obliques, or also known as the love handles. It can be done from either the high or low plank position, but if you really want to target the obliques, the low position is best. If using the high position, make sure the wrist of the supporting hand is lying directly under the shoulder. The elbow should be in direct alignment under the shoulder for the low plank position. You can stack one foot on top of the other or place the top foot in front of the other, but no matter which foot position you choose, you'll want to pull your toes up towards your shins to extend your heels, which will help maintain better body structure. Ensure your chest is facing directly in front of you and squeeze your glutes, inner thighs, and abdominal muscles to lift your side off the floor until your ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders are aligned and are all facing straight up. Now hold this position for 1 to 2 minutes on each side. Keep your neck in alignment and don't allow your head to droop down. Also, make sure to keep the shoulder of the supporting arm activated and extended and don't allow it to collapse towards your neck. A couple of things you can do while in the side plank position to make this exercise even harder is to first drop your hip a few inches without totally relaxing and not letting it touch the floor so the muscles stay engaged, and then return back to the full side plank position. You can also try raising and extending your arms straight up while raising your leg and maintain the position for 30 to 60 seconds depending on your fitness level. Number 5, thread the needle. This exercise, which is also performed from the side plank position, and is another great exercise for developing strong obliques by adding a rotational element. Starting from the side, low plank position, extend your arms so your fingers are pointing straight up and your shoulders are aligned. Next, bring your hand down with the palm facing your body as you exhale and thread it through the gap between your arm and torso while you rotate your body as your hand passes under your body and then return it back to the starting position. Just like the previous exercises, you want to ensure you keep correct form and maintain the alignment of your shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles throughout the entire exercise. Keep a slow and steady pace to help avoid injury to your lower back. Like the previous side plank exercise, you can increase the difficulty by allowing your hip to dip a few inches towards the floor and then return it back to the starting position after every rep of this exercise. You can also do a variation with your hand behind your head and bring your elbow down to your fist. Try this exercise for 1 minute on each side. Number 6, the buzzsaw plank. This exercise provides additional upper body development along with the core strengthening benefits of the regular plank and is performed from a low plank position. From the low plank position, push off the balls of your feet to rock your body forward over your hands while maintaining proper body alignment. Then press your forearms into the ground to return to the starting position. You can adjust how far you rock forward based on your strength level. You can also alter your hand position to isolate specific muscle groups in your arms or work your core harder. Try performing the buzzsaw plank with your palms up or down as well as the standard position and notice the differences. Try doing this exercise for 30 seconds or 2 reps of 10. Number 7, isometric plank push-up. This variation incorporates a push-up and isometrics, which can help static strength, which can aid in your ability to perform push-ups, while at the same time strengthen your tendons and ligaments. Beginning from a high plank position, retract your position slightly and hold the position for 5 seconds. Be sure to breathe in and out with each count and not hold your breath. Now drop down a bit lower and hold for 5 seconds again. Repeat this process until it takes you 5 retractions each to reach the fully retracted or bottom position. Do not allow your body to rest on the floor. Then repeat the same process of 5 extensions each when pushing your body up, holding for 5 seconds in each position. You can alter this exercise to fit your level of fitness. You can increase the amount of retractions and extensions it takes to reach a completed position, or you can adjust the holding time of each static position, or both. For example, you could make your extensions smaller so it takes 10 movements to reach a completed retraction and 10 movements for a completed extension. extension and make the hold time in between each movement to be 10 seconds. Be sure to keep proper body alignment, and this can be a great way to combine the benefits of a plank with the added isometric element. You may find just one full repetition of this exercise is quite exhausting. Number 8, the reverse plank. The reverse plank really emphasizes the posterior muscles, which, when used in combination with the previous exercises, gives you a very comprehensive routine for strengthening your core and improving your posture. Just like the name implies, you will find most of the requirements to do this exercise properly are the reverse of the regular plank. Let's first start by using the reverse low plank position. From a sitting position with your legs extended in front and your feet together, lean back with your forearms on the floor for support. Your elbows should be directly in line with your shoulders so your upper arms are in a straight vertical position. Your hands can lie flat on the floor or maintain tight fists with the thumb side of the fist pointing up for greater arm activation. You can also try an open-handed palm-up variation that will emphasize greater tricep activation. Next, expand your chest forward while rolling your shoulders back and squeezing your shoulder blades together. Tighten your glutes and thrust your body up into a straight position while keeping your abs contracted towards your spine. Again, not sucking your stomach in, but tensing it as if you're about to get punched in the stomach. Also, be mindful of keeping your pelvis straight with no sagging or tilting up. For this exercise, you want your toes pointing forward and away from your shins, and focus on digging your heels into the ground as if you're trying to drag them towards you, but without actually bending your leg to increase the contractions on the glutes and hamstrings. Keep your head and neck straight and in line with your spine, and don't allow your shoulders to pop up by maintaining the expansion of your chest, the squeezing together of your shoulder blades, and continue to press your elbows and forearms into the floor. To perform this same exercise from the high plank position, all the previous points apply, except you'll be using your palms as support, which should be aligned under your shoulders with your fingers facing forward. Maintain this position for 30 to 60 seconds. For more content, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.